Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. We do have a special guest here today, but I have to do a little bit of housekeeping. First of all, I'm Rogan. We're Amplitude Studios. We're playing some Humankind right now. As you see in the background, we have the Cat of Nine Tails, Stephanie, playing. So you're going to see some sweet, sweet gameplay back there. Today, we're doing things a little bit different. We're going to have a conversation with Balthazar here, who I'll have introduce himself in a second. We're going to be talking basically about some of the feedback that we've got from you and sort of what we're doing to address it in the game. If you have any questions, you can throw them in the chat. I'll do my best to get to them as quick as possible. I think we'll just maybe have a question period near the end of our time with Balthazar, and then after that, Balthazar will leave us. We don't have him for the whole 2 hours, unfortunately, and then we'll get to playing the game. The Cat of Nine Tails will hop back in, and we'll do it that way. But Balthazar, how are you?
Hi, Rogan. I love how you pronounce my name.
Yeah? Is it how would you pronounce it?
I would love to pronounce it like you do, but it's actually Balthazar.
Balthazar.
Balthazar. Right.
Okay.
So Balthazar works as well.
Okay.
So
Cool.
I'm so glad to be here. I'm the lead game designer for the live of Humankind. So there's a team like after the gold launched. There's a team like part of the team that stays on. Actually, it's a pretty substantial part of the team actually, and we'll be the ones like working on updates and new stuff like from now on. Yeah, and especially from Infinity.
So basically, a lot of the people at the studio worked their butts off to get the game out, and now the work's just started.
Yeah. I mean, people are now like most of the people are on vacation right now, so
right.
Well-deserved vacations. I hope that you rest.
Definitely.
And come back. But yes, so we had actually we had a double launch party because we had the launch party for Humankind, and then we had the launch party for our project, which is the Humankind Live. So it was full of happiness and also expectation of what's to come, basically.
Yes, definitely.
So just a quick note: I'm not the only game designer. Obviously, there's a team of 4 or 5, I think we're still. We're like you've seen us on games together. We try to be present as much as possible.
Yeah.
We won't get into the ND debates.
Right. Yeah. Definitely.
So we'll have the game speak for us. But
right.
But yes, we are always like trying to make our patrols even beyond games together as well. So
definitely.
Yeah, we're actually overwhelmed by the feedback. It's so first it's so much, and then it's so good. Actually, you guys really own the game in every sense. So in the good and not so good, but then sometimes that's also fun to see.
Yeah, definitely. It's part of the game, right? Like we see that you guys have feedback, and I guess you wouldn't give us feedback unless you were passionate about the game, and we wanna make it as good a game as possible for you, and we want to be there to listen to you. So that's why we have you guys working on the game,
right.
And that's why I have you here now. Just so we've received a lot of feedback as you mentioned,
yes.
And I just wanted to get you on here to maybe talk through what we've heard and also what we're doing, like what our priorities are, and maybe even beyond that.
Sure.
Yeah.
So the first thing I want to address is it's simple, but it's balance. So balance is always a subject I could speak like for hours, but it is always something that also is very divisive.
Yeah.
And very personal. So it is something that we know that many different players play 4X games. Like people who like to colloquially paint the map, or people who like to actually get into trouble and try to get out of difficult situations. So when we like read stuff about balance, we always try to have like, okay, how is this type of player reacting? How is this other person reacting? And then when we see that something's important, is when those all like different players actually agree. then you go, okay, this we need to fix.
Right.
But the other thing that you probably know is that fixing something is as balance is technically it's simple. So you just go and boom, some numbers.
Yeah.
And yeah, I kind of changed balance, but I don't know if I fixed it. To know if you fixed it, you need to actually like take some time to reflect, play some matches, maybe try again tomorrow, and then tomorrow you have a different idea. Or you found like, okay, yeah, no, I found an exploit during the night. So I wanted to like let you guys know that we'll be always thinking about balance. I mean, there's probably never will say, okay, the game is balanced.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, that would be foolish to say. Anyways, but we'll be always as well thinking about balance.
Yeah.
I mean, even if we maybe we're just adding stuff to the game, like in the future, balance will be always something that we care about and something that we will be ready to address somehow.
Yeah.
If we actually find that is the case. So that's the first thing. I know everyone says, okay, the Harapans, like those hard to get Harapans. Maybe the AI knows something that we don't. So that's why it beelines Harapans.
Let's just ask them.
It doesn't answer in human, actually.
Right.
It answers in computer. So.
Okay.
But yeah, no, we and balance is always something that's that has many sides. You know, you have maybe we should make this is too powerful. Maybe we should take it down. Maybe the rest of the game is kind of and so we have to take it up to match the actual, because people will say this is OP, but it's also fun.
Yeah.
So you need to balance that as well in terms of work. So I know many of you maybe have your favorite or hated, most hated culture. We will be working actively in all patches that we put forward on the balance issues that we find most pressing.
Yes, definitely.
So that is something that will be going on forever. So you can keep like talking to us about balance, but we'll always listen, basically.
Yeah, definitely.
I see some of you guys are already like pitching. Okay, this one, pitching people for the cutting block. No. We'll try to. We'll try to make like changes that are not like just okay. Let's make a patch for just this.
Right. Yeah.
This culture, because that will be like also very fun.
Definitely. Yeah. For sure. So it's really nice when we've just been able to put out the game, and it's nice when you get all this feedback on a much larger scale, right? Like sometimes we can sort of, as a studio, just narrow in on something and think this is the issue, but when so many people are playing it, just like the open devs, it's really nice when you can like just get all that feedback, and that's something I think we found with the balancing.
Yes, but I mean it also is, how to put it? Open devs were really curated experiences.
Right.
We built like the same map, and so we kind of handpicked the starting location because we knew that this will work and etc.
Yeah.
And so that allows us both to like have more control, and maybe like in the previous open dev people were saying, yeah, but this doesn't look very hard. How would it look if it were like a bit harder? So we kind of cranked it up.
Yeah.
But now actually it's you guys who have the players who have the actual say in how they want to play, which is actually the full experience, and that is actually teaching us so much about the game that we've been in for 5 years. But it's like they say, 100 developers can work on a game for 5 years,
right?
But in the first day, players will have played twice or 10 times as much the game than whole developers in 5 years.
That's a very, very good point.
And so it is. We knew that we were getting stuff like maybe wrong or not so right in some aspects, and we appreciate that you actually tell us. So that's why we also know that. We've been planning live from since I came on board Amplitude, which was in December. So. That's the moment we kicked off like all the processes that we want to put in place, how we want to integrate the community's feedback into like our weekly and monthly meetings about like how to make the project evolve.
Right.
And so now we're getting to test it out, and it's it is actually, we're glad that we planned ahead because
Definitely, yeah.
it is something that. So yeah, just to add something else about, I mean, I don't know if process, like game developer process is something that, I mean, if you're on the Amplitude Twitch maybe. So we we meet like every week with the whole like direction of the team and see how Humankind is progressing in terms of like the people and everything. And we actually have, thanks to our like lovely community team and Stephanie as well, we have actual summaries that we can like use as work documents.
Yeah.
And the summaries of your issues, the stuff that you say on Games Together, but also everywhere else on the internet. And we can actually, that helps us a lot to measure actually how important is a feature.
Right.
And we actually sometimes go ahead and prioritize some stuff differently because of that. So it's really important for us that you keep saying stuff, even if maybe you said it once and then some months went by and you didn't get like any feedback on that. Maybe it was just like lower on the list, something else was happening. So just like don't forget your
right, definitely.
your feedback.
Yeah. So that sort of feedback is kind of an integral part of like how you guys sort of plan things out and move forward in terms of like patching the game and addressing the issues that have come up.
Yeah, we want to make the game like, I mean, once it's released, it's not our baby anymore.
Right.
So it is actually your baby, the player's baby. So we actually, but we're still working on it. So we want to know actually what's important for you guys. Developers, you know, we're sometimes kind of funny. We'll go like, oh no, this button is like 2 pixels to the left. I can't exist with this. This is too much. I need to spend like a whole week fixing this.
Right.
And then maybe the rest of the games is on fire. Luckily, we're not in that stage, but we do get, like, we have a different focus.
Yeah.
And it does happen sometimes that we get a different focus, or we're just like so obsessed with something. Maybe we're not even able to like. It's so boring that we're not something that we tell players. Oh, we need to support this API, and it's oh no, the API. And it's like obsessing the API, and then you kind of go like, okay, what about the rest? And you go like, oh, players will notice the API.
Right.
They do not notice the API. So
right.
it is that kind of stuff that we want to avoid because I mean the game needs to breathe as well and to evolve, and that's how. That's why we built kind of this way to work on the live, to always be like reacting to what's actually useful and not stuff that's, ooh, this is like, I'm going to polish this.
The nitty gritty.
Yeah,
definitely. Cool. Well, so balance is a big thing. Getting feedback from the players are there any other focuses right now? Any other priorities?
So we have identified like. Well, balance has subjects that I will mention later.
Yeah.
But I mean, balance of cultures and also balance of game systems. So, like especially on cities, many of you told us that some systems were losing relevance as the game progresses. So we're trying to look into why that is and address it somehow. We also have like influence that becomes like, okay, this is like snowballing out of existence. It doesn't really help. So we're trying to get those like kind of systems back into line for them to always feel like they have something to do in the game, basically.
Right.
Especially like if you play in like different difficulties and stuff. That's what we're looking at. We were looking more like, okay, the standard experience, but when you go like maybe on the easy side, on the harder side, then those bonuses don't really work well over time, so we're bringing them down. Yeah. We also have like concrete stuff that we're actively fixing. It is the lack of resources.
Yeah, right.
Yes, so that's
lack
on us.
Of resources. Yeah,
lack of resources. So the funny thing is when you make a map that's so we try to like have resources spawn in places that make sense, and then you go and go, but I want a small map and it's humid, so it doesn't have any deserts. So, and then you go like, where's my oil?
Where is my oil?
Okay, maybe sometimes oil should spawn on other biomes. That's not like only the desert and arid thing. So that's those are things that we're looking at. So yeah, sorry about that. Always. But it is something that will be coming very soon to to your builds, so you will be able to play on any kind of map with the resources that you need to actually play the whole game.
Totally.
Okay, so I spoke a lot. So I spoke of balance. Yes, we have. I mean, UX. I know it's important for many of you. Accessibility as well.
Right.
So there are like parts of the game that don't have the level of UX that we actually feel super comfortable having shipped. So, for instance, we still had reports that the surrender UI was a bit confusing, that you didn't really know what you were getting and what you weren't getting. So that's coming, redesign of that is coming very soon as well.
That's the surrender terms part?
Yes, and we also explain, the game explains a bit more where the numbers come from. So what actually, how is the war score calculated? So that way, if you know how it's calculated, you can play to maximize it to get what you want, basically.
Yeah, definitely. I see For Extraordinaire kind of going off of what you were saying about making some systems a little bit more, I guess, usable and more relevant. Is there any plans to make independent people?
Yes, so the current, the most immediate thing that we have about them is that we'll fix the magenta bug.
Right, right, yeah.
That you can be sure we'll fix it. But also the fact that while no big shakeups in the system are coming, the actual costs are sometimes don't really mean much, in terms of bribing, and then you can basically in some very edge cases you can assimilate someone for peanuts. So that's not totally what we want them for. We're also working on their AI, so they actually have more to do, the little people that they spawn. And not just hang around there and chill. So that's coming. We won't I mean, when I was saying we know that maybe they're a bit people have received them and they're a bit people are not super excited about them. But we're in that kind of thing. We're thinking of making what exists better in the short term.
Right.
And in the long term, we're thinking about actual. When all the dust settles and people and players have agreed on what's not so good about them, then we can work on actually making maybe a different system or a new system or a rejigger of it.
Right.
So that it is actually going into the direction that players actually kind of want.
Definitely. Cool.
But yeah.
Cool.
I see pollution. Yes.
That was my next question.
Pollution. Yes, pollution is also being reworked. It is not. I mean, we got people asking, let's just remove it altogether. I would love to do that. Just go look. I was speaking about the real world. Sorry. No, in Humankind. No, in Humankind, actually, pollution is actually we have it as a system. Many of players noticed it, but as a system we intended it as a system to try to slow down empires who were going off in production heavy directions. So it is not intended as a lesson. It is intended as a feature to break you slow you down a bit if you're going too fast on the late game snowball.
Yeah.
It is not probably sometimes working in that manner, especially because the stability, the effect that it has on the territory, and the overall fact that it ends the game if people don't stop it, and the fact that you can't really go and tell the AI, please stop polluting the planet, please. The only option you have is actually go and destroy them. So,
yeah.
So those things we think they are part of the mechanic, and those will probably stay again in the short term.
Right.
But we will be fixing the actual dynamics and numbers that make it up and give you more responses to, okay, I'm having high pollution, what do? I know what I should do. I should do X, Y, or Z, because that works. And currently we feel that the current stuff that helps you bring pollution down is not working. It's not having big effects.
Right.
It's having small effects, breaking things, and not giving you actual tools to move away from that.
Cool. So it's on the list.
It is on the list. The list with a big L. Actually, it's called a backlog, but it is a glorified list that we like.
Yeah. For sure. Cool. Well, like, is there anything else you wanted to bring up, or any pressing things?
There are so many things.
Yeah. How about is multiplayer something that we're working through?
Yes, we saw your reports again on these things. So it is something that I want to say is hard to fix, because
Definitely.
what we usually did to fix them is we had the all the information that developers have, and that helped us pinpoint, okay, in this place it kind of like didn't go, like the timelines diverge between players, basically.
Yes.
But we'll be addressing that. We have some fixes already on the pipeline. It is not something that we know that we'll be able to eliminate completely.
Yeah.
Because it is also like it is in the way that we did multiplayer. It exists, and we can try to make it so that it doesn't happen if your like internet connection is okay.
Right.
There are cases where if you lose connection, etc., you will get it. But then there are cases where the actual game, maybe someone had a bug internal, etc., and it happens. So those we're trying to fix.
Yeah.
We'll probably be shipping as well in the short term, the legendary short term, shipping improvements to the game that help actually. I mean, if you're so inclined to helping us fix the game, someone in the community or etc. may ask you like some special files.
Right.
To send them. Do not send them to. Do not send files to people who say I'm from the Amplitude community.
Right. Yeah. Definitely.
But no, we'll be actually. Will be always. It's something that we'll always be trying to fix. But it is also like balance, something that's especially tricky sometimes.
Yeah.
I am totally a game designer. People like developers go, yeah, we should multiplex the reticle of the, and I go like, ooh.
Yeah. Right.
But those are the discussions that actually happen. And then other stuff that I can kind of talk about is like in mysterious terms is what's coming after the patches actually. So we're in a phase now where the game is launching and okay, patches are coming and we're trying to be as reactive as we can. But we're probably, like after like a few iterations of this, we'll probably slow down a bit the rate of like, okay, there's new stuff every week or every 2 weeks, etc.
Yeah.
To work actually on bigger things. So, sorry, I had a big lunch.
Definitely.
Lunch 6 hours.
You deserve it.
So in that regard, I mean, I won't give any specifics, but it is something that we hope that will actually bring more balanced problems. I mean, more cultures to the table,
right?
And etc. Because live team people are a bit like plumbers.
Yeah.
You need to like fix something and break something to come back afterwards.
Definitely. Definitely.
I need to get a better plumber.
But that is a good point. We do have a plan to support Humankind with more than just patches. We're definitely, there's new content that's going to be coming out. And then, yeah, you're right. Like maybe some things will need a little bit of fixing, and that's when the plumbers come back in.
Yeah, and we also have like, I mean, we want to do new stuff also that's not concretely like the game is growing.
Yeah.
We want to do fun stuff with the community as well, like giving you more chances of making participating in cool challenges to see who gets like somewhere first. We're also adding mod support. So you guys know that's coming, but it will be more on the short term than on the long term. I know we had promised it on launch, but but also. Wait, I was going somewhere. Yes, modding and. Yes. Well, I am a big proponent of maps. So I was the person who used the previous version of the map editor.
Okay.
And I was really cross when we didn't get it like for development, we got it for release, and I was like, but I could have had this like for the open devs.
Right.
And it would have made like my life so much easier. And so I really want to us to be able to like start giving you the tools to start like going beyond maps and etc.
Yeah.
To make your own history basically.
Definitely.
In that way.
Cool. Well, that all sounds amazing. I know there was a lot of questions in chat. I saw a lot about DLC and stuff like that. Again, we do have plans for stuff like that, but we're not really ready to announce it just yet. But you'll hear about it soon. Our signature soon tag. And then, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Did you anything else to add? I think you guys are doing a great job.
Yeah, I would love to like maybe see if there's in the questions people telling me you forgot about this and that and etc.
Yeah, definitely. If anybody has any questions, you can feel free to toss them in the chat right now, and we'll try to get to them before Baltazar has to leave.
You can also do it in Spanish. It's Baltasar.
Ooh.
Which one do you prefer? I actually like your way better.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Island. Yes, I knew I was forgotten. Thank you, Senias. Yes, we are giving you a way to take those impregnable island fortresses. So it is surprisingly hard to take currently. So you need to like have bombing and try to destroy a district so you can have a foothold. This is something that will also come in the proverbial short term as well. As for instance, save games. I will maybe need some context for some of those questions, and I don't want to like stop.
Definitely.
But we'll be also working. I see some questions that relate that. We'll be also adding some improvements for the people who like to customize their matches in the lobby.
Yeah,
about personas, I mean. So we'll be adding like better controls of when actually my persona is saved or etc. We're thinking about like very soon letting you play with random personas, maybe having even duplicates if you want to play against, I know, John Malkovich, etc.
Right.
So that we actually were pretty like happy with the way you embraced personas. It's a very fun feature, and we're glad you understand like how. I mean, it's really fun to customize your AI a bit more. So yeah, improvements on that are also coming.
Can we get some stats on personas, how often they get used, which nation they chose? I would have I don't know, do we have that sort of information?
We have stats on either of them, but we don't have like the
the connection.
But it could be interesting. I also there are questions. I'm sorry, I won't answer them because I'm way out of my league. Like that is something that's when people talk about it, I go like, okay.
Yeah.
But I have seen Horatio. Yes.
Yes, we have.
It's already gone. Well, basically, yes. So they are like we're going to be improving personas as well. We're going to be working on the island problem and kind of like all those salient problems. It's kind of what I was talking about at the beginning. Like those problems that are most salient, we'll be trying to fix so that the whole community can benefit from them.
Right.
And then if we have some luck, then in the future people will get their like, I want my super weird feature, and we actually sometimes go and okay, this guy has a super point. But it's
one question that I've seen a couple times is about custom personas and custom avatars and being able to play against custom avatars.
So that is something that is not on the proverbial short term, but we are actually actively studying that. So it is something that we want to do. Actually, it was on the list.
Yeah,
it was on the list. It had made a list, but then for timing reasons, we had to really, for the launch, stop like at one, and then the ones from your friends. But it is actually in our interest to allow you to, I will fight against all these kind of weird personas. We hope that maybe like your friend made them, but that's like a bit cumbersome because maybe they don't want to make like an accurate Charles de Gaulle persona for you to play against.
Yes, definitely. Also, a couple times I've heard about Auto Explore.
Yes.
Anything
It is being actively worked on. It is not incredibly. It is not an easy problem.
Yeah.
Because actually, we use the same auto explorer for the player when he activates it than we use for the AI. So
Right.
we don't have like different behaviors. So basically, when you're turning out auto explorer, you're turning out an AI for your unit with all that implies. And the AI likes knowing where the curiosities are.
Right. Definitely.
And you cannot benefit from that. It's not a cool benefit. It's like, I wish I didn't have this benefit. Thank you, but no thank you for the benefit, humankind. But it is, we have a person working on it, so it is probably will be fixed before we go into like the long-term
Right, definitely. Yeah, so I think overall there's some priorities that we have, some of the stuff that we talked about earlier on, and then there's stuff that are on the famous list. But, you know, we have to prioritize things. It's just kind of how it works.
I mean, if there's a saying, like, you can have everything but kind of bad, or at least one thing and then another thing, and they're both good.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. So we're on it. We're hearing you, and the Cat of Nine Tails, who's playing, and the rest of our community team have done a pretty good job of, I think, keeping you guys informed, and we're doing our best to hear you and listen to you and sort of make the game your baby, because it is your baby.
It is your baby.
Yeah.
It is not my baby anymore.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yep.
Sent it off to kindergarten. And
Bye-bye.
Bye. Yeah, see you later. Perfect. Well, I think that's pretty much it. I really appreciate you hopping on here with us. This is really fun, and we should do this more often, definitely.
We should do this more often.
Yeah.
Well, you know where I'm sitting, so.
Okay, I'll come bug you on whenever I need you on here.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, everybody. So what's going to happen is we're just going to be right back. We're going to go to a be right back screen, and then we'll come back and keep playing this playthrough. I think we were doing pretty poorly early on,
No,
and then we started to pick it up.
Stephanie turned it around.
Yeah, Stephanie will turn it around,
Yeah,
absolutely.
she will turn it around.
Perfect. Okay, everybody. Well, thank you so much. Thank you, Balthazar. Any
Thank you,
parting
Rowan.
words?
Thank you, everyone. No, I'm sorry. Just stay tuned. Stuff is coming. Yeah, sorry.
Perfect. Awesome. Okay, guys, we'll be right back. Hello there, everybody. Welcome back. Oh, Steph, one sec. I have to take control of the mouse and...
That's fine. In the meantime, let me say, hello to chat. Today you won't be seeing me because, I'm not in the studio with Rogan because I got my COVID shot recently, so I'm self-isolating, and while I'm feeling okay, it's still side effects.
Right. Definitely.
But rather side effects than actually getting COVID.
There you go. Perfect. Thanks a lot for sticking around, everybody. I hope that was cool for you. The VOD for this stream is going to be on YouTube and Twitch, so if you did miss anything, if you came in a little bit late for my chat with Balthazar, we did cover a couple of the things that we are trying to address, or the live team is trying to address, and sort of how we're taking your feedback and just kind of rolling with it. So we appreciate it. We appreciate your questions. Sorry we couldn't get to all of them, but again, if you're on Twitter, we're really responsive there, so you can shoot over any other questions that you have, and we'll try our best to get to those. But welcome. What we're going to do is we're going to keep playing this game. Stephanie is here with us. Steph, are you doing all right other than the COVID shot?
Yeah, other than that, I'm fine.
Amazing.
Adrift in a sea of feedback, I guess, because, we expected a lot of feedback, and as always with expectations, they were completely, what's the phrase, shot out of the water?
Right, definitely.
Like, we expected a lot, and we got even more.
Yeah.
So
you've got your work cut out for you here.
Yeah. So I've been trying to, as Balthazar was saying, these summaries, like I've been trying to provide them daily. A lot of the time, weeking them in at like 5 minutes before wrapping up the workday. I'll actually need to send today's email after the stream, but
okay.
We've hit a point where the feedback starts repeating, and it's more about saying which one is the most frequent and less about writing new posts about it.
Yeah.
Oh, this is wonderful! I just saw this. While we were talking to Balthazar, I was starting some trouble with Brown here.
Oh yeah.
This was an independent people when the war started. Now it's not. Damn it, Brown.
Damn it, Brown. Everybody in chat, a couple of people asking about drops. So we do not have drops enabled on this stream. We're still sort of allowing the streamers to take that and roll with it. So you got your personas ready, Steph and Rogan. Mine's still a work in progress. How's yours going, Steph?
I worked on mine.
Yeah.
Then I needed to test something, the dev build, for some feedback we got.
Right.
The dev build overrode the default game settings, so any new game I started was starting in the industrial era, which wasn't as intended.
Very nice.
I deleted the registry, and that reset my avatar, so I need to start all over.
Right. All right. The
lesson learned: before I test something on the dev build next time, I need to make a backup.
The struggles of being a dev, right there. So, update on the Mac version, we're working on it. It's definitely something that we're trying to get out there and get into a state where we're comfortable putting it out. So it's definitely, we're working on it. I've lost so many avatars to deleting those folders.
Yes, I know the pain. I think at least the visual part I still have, because I have two separate user accounts on my PC, one for work and one for private and personal stuff.
Right.
So the visuals are still on my other private Windows account, but I hadn't saved the AI customization, so I need to redo that and then reshare it, because of course it overrode the one on G2G with the default one when I started the build.
Right. Tighorn, where is Steph? Steph is at home right now. I came to the office because I was having my conversation with Balthazar. But yeah, recovering from second COVID shot. Right, Steph?
Yeah. Some, fairly minor side effects, really.
Yeah.
I look worse than I feel, but it's still, when you look so terribly sick
Right.
during a pandemic lockdown situation, you don't exactly want to go out, and I'm not even sure if it would be advisable to, go out after
Yeah.
getting the second shot.
Yeah, definitely. Oh my God. During the pandemic, the quarantine, I was probably looking my worst day to day. And then when I got my COVID shot, I was just looking like 10 times worse than that, so. So how's chat doing? Have you guys had a chance to play more Humankind? What are you guys liking? Anybody have some updates on their playthrough that you want to share? This is show and tell. This is, well, you can't really show, but you can tell. This is just tell.
Let's see if this one gunner that we receive from an event, who's from the next era, is going to win the war for us. Those guys are doing some work.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Anybody already in the early modern? Knowing our luck, probably. Oh no, I can't hover over it because of Parsec. No!
Somebody asked, guys, would you explain why battles block cities for production? Is it just because, like, people aren't working? They're at war.
No,
They're fighting.
Mostly it's a bug. It's not supposed to block all of the construction. Like, you're supposed to be able to, to build units and infrastructures and all of that. I'm not sure. Sorry. Not sure if it's supposed to block building districts because, for the districts it kind of makes sense. Like,
right.
When you have the dudes standing here, besieging your city, it would be very hard to tell you, okay, hey, you guys go out there and build me another forge out there.
Right.
But mostly it's just about that it goes like, oh no, you can't build this unit, it's infinite turns.
Right, yeah, definitely.
So we're trying to fix that.
Yeah.
Generally, saving and reloading or just going to the next turn fixes it.
Gagao, hello. Welcome. I got shocked yesterday to see an AI die as early as the Huns. Woo. Games are running smoothly. I'm slowly going up in difficulty. Where are you at, Spoon? For me, I'm struggling with Nation. Why am I sweating? I have a light beaming down on my face.
Yeah, that's always the thing when you're in the stream room and you've got these two massive what is it? It's LED, right?
Yeah, we have these like big LED lights, and it's like it's a fairly big room, but it also, like, when you close the door and you have all these lights on, it's just like it gets really hot in here. So that's my excuse. Get rid of the light. Good solution.
Dark mode for Rogan.
Make yourself comfy. I also just have, like, I've been moisturizing more lately. Makes it a little bit more oily. Had to buy a new laptop to play this. What kind of laptop did you get? One of those gaming laptops? Voice devs. Please don't say that in our chat. Just kidding.
To arms.
Is there a way to dim the light? Yeah, but I think the lighting is pretty decent. I don't have it's decent, yeah. We do have a green screen that's actually just sitting right outside of the door here that we really want to hang down here and pull down. We just haven't really gotten around to hanging that thing.
This is really nice with the Huns and Mongols. It's like, oh no, they captured my flag. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll retake it, and now I'm buggering off again.
Yeah.
chances are now the AI will go, hey, look, the flag is undefended, and walk in there because, of course, I should say, a lot of people would say, oh, why would the AI walk in there and retake that? But it's possible that because we're up on the cliff, they can't see these guys.
Oh,
And they only know about this one. So
Yeah.
they think, oh, it's relatively safe, and then walk in there. That's something where it's not always clearly communicated if the AI will be able to see your dudes or not.
Right.
I think when you're on a forest tile, you get the little, this hidden eye. But other than that, I don't think we have specific feedback for the AI can't see or not.
Onward to victory! Charge!
Are any DLCs already planned? We do have plans for extra content, but we haven't really talked about what that is yet. Soon.
I mean, honestly, I'm not even sure if the right word at this moment would be plans or ideas.
Right. Right.
Yeah, that's stuff we want to do, but I'm not sure if we're really at the stage where it's like, okay, here we have like the plan of when we do what and how much it's gonna cost and what we can do.
Right. Yeah,
And
definitely.
how much is it gonna cost and what can we do is a very important part of game development.
That's a good question. This is one of the top.
Because what do we want to do? Everything. What do we have the money to do? Well, not everything.
Hello, Omus. Welcome. Hot Seat DLC. Yeah, we've talked about this a couple times. Hot Seat is tough for a game like this since all the turns are simultaneous. So you can't really like hand it off or anything. It just kind of wouldn't really work. Playing the game as we speak, currently as best starter culture, Harapans. Sorry. Any patches nearby? Yeah, we just had, if you guys are just popping in here, we just had one of the devs on Balthazar or Balthazar en français. He was on talking about sort of what our plans are with the upcoming patches and sort of what our priorities are. This will be up as a VOD if you want to go check that out after the stream, or I think on Twitch you can actually go to our Twitch channel and sort of I think you go to our videos and then you can sort of swipe through to the beginning of the video. You can't do it on the live, but there is sort of a way to cheese it. But if you're willing to wait, that'll be up as a VOD.
Going to reduce the damage we take.
Pobengenic, I'm just gonna give you a warning that
There, let's go.
let's not make jokes like that here.
Well then, crossing fingers this works to kill that guy.
Open fire!
Yes, lucky roll. Now just stand on the high ground.
Go to GG. By the way, everybody, we do have a snazzy new map maker contest happening right now. You can head to Games Together to see more information on that. But basically, it's create an awesome map, submit it, and you could win a pretty sick Intel Humankind themed PC. You can check it out. I think our chatbot, Nightbot, is sending messages into chat every once in a while with a link to that page. But yeah, you can definitely check it out. It's really cool. If you need a PC upgrade, might be it. It might be it. That thing's got an i9 CPU. i9 processor.
It's got an amazing CPU.
Yeah.
I think the graphics card was a 2080, right?
Yeah, it's a 2080. Which is like huge upgrade from what my PC is at home.
Yeah. Of course, it would have been nice to have a 30 series, but even a 20 series is like beef.
Yeah.
I think, I mean, from what I've seen, like the big advantage of the 30 series compared to the 20 series is really that it's supposed to be much cheaper. Emphasis on supposed.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
Okay, so we lost one dude in this siege so
Alright.
far.
All right.
And I think this is actually going, way better than I expected.
Yeah. The gunman. What gunman unit is that?
That's just an arquebusier, so that's like the most basic kind of gunman.
Right.
But they only have like one peasant left.
Nice.
So we should be able to just take this next turn. Though, yeah, these naked swords dudes are kind of out of date, but once the battle is over, we should be able to... No, wait, we won't be able to upgrade them because I have been running a deficit for ages and I'm still struggling to fix it. Wait,
Greetings,
can maybe?
Sovereign. Are you with me?
yes, we can trade luxuries with these guys. Maybe there's something here that will give us extra money.
Okay.
Oh no, we're too poor to buy resources that increase our money income.
Oh, right.
Plus 5 money per instance. Okay, this is something. Sage.
Gunpowder changes a lot in warfare in-game, and I absolutely love it. Yeah.
Yeah, when we made those changes to the mid to late era units, I was really excited.
Yeah.
It gets especially wild later when you start having the entrenching.
Oh, right. Yeah. That's what Nefarious Fred just said. I love how the trench upgrade is applied to all gunner units. Gunpowder works great. Envious Gaming. Can you tell me if multiplayer stability is going to be worked on? Yes. It's, like I was saying, we just had Balthazar, one of our live devs, working on the game. And it's a complicated issue, but it's something that we definitely want to work through.
Saved from bankruptcy by burning down a district over here. I think actually burning down that district gives them more support. Yeah.
Good God, I have 32 hours playing this already. Amazing. Anybody else have them beat? Does anybody have like just an outrageous amount of hours in Humankind already?
One mistake I made earlier,
Yeah.
I didn't split the hordes. So we got 180 food and didn't have slots for the new hordes. We
Right.
could have gotten 2 new horde units and
Yeah.
wasted.
62 hours, 75 hours, 42, 81, 100 and something. Are you guys kidding me? That's awesome.
Yeah, this is exactly what Balthazar was talking about
Yeah.
the whole, the players are going to have so many more hours in the devs within like, a day.
Definitely. 230 hours playing on Stadia. Amazing. Very cool. New Zealand lockdown gang, right.
Have at them.
So, yeah. That Stadia guy goes AFK a lot. Maybe not. Quit my job. My job became playing Humankind.
Ready, aim, fire.
You're like a content creator, but you don't actually create the content. You just play the game. I love this game. You guys are doing a great job on the game. Hey, thanks, Mon.
Oh no, I made a mistake.
Oh, what's
I
that?
thought we could upgrade them, but pikemen are not an upgrade to the Gesati.
Oh, right.
I think we need to research the great swordsman.
Great
first.
swordsman.
It's going to take 21 turns.
Woo!
Hmm. We can't afford running more armies. But I think this is actually going to be over soon.
Oh, that's pretty nice.
Look
Oh
at
my
that.
God, how many are
Minus
there?
12 per turn.
Very nice. Nice work. What difficulty? We're on nation, correct?
I think we can check that in the options. Yes.
Nation.
Nation.
Yes. Nation. Will there be an option to add random leaders to your game in the future? Like,
I mean, it's a much requested feature, but
Yeah. Do
there's-
they mean
as
just like the
Balthazar
leaders?
said for the what did he say? The mythical near term. You know, we have some other things we need to focus on first. Like,
Right.
you know, the actual fixes, and then we can look at these quality of life improvements.
Oh,
after that.
custom leaders. Yes. Okay. I understand it. I thought you were saying like play as custom leaders, kind of like in Civ 6, where you choose a leader. I mean, we have sort of like those avatars like Victor Hugo and Edgar Allan Poe,
You have
which are pretty cool
my
too.
attention.
Oh, war support doing here. Ah, wonderful. +1 from us not trusting them, and -1 from being the attacker, which means we stay exactly at 100.
Very
So
nice.
next turn we should be able to make some nice demands. And we might be able.
I believe Balthazar said randomly selected opponents are sort of in the same boat, something that we want to work on. And yeah.
Yeah, we want to work on them, but you know, other things have priority because stuff that's broken always comes before stuff that could be better.
Right, definitely. Yeah, I've seen the unlimited turns request quite often. It's something that's hard technically, right, Steph? It's a lot of data to just hold on to.
Yeah, I'm not sure how hard it is technically because
Right.
we're on that, but I do think that it might be something where there is potentially a problem of the game getting too unstable if it goes on for too long.
Right.
But it might be possible to increase the limit a little bit, but I can't make any promises there because again this probably falls more into the this could be better than this is actively broken.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, focus fired us so hard here that they actually killed one of our horns. That's impressive.
Jay Galvin, I also bought the game on Steam and I play on GeForce Now on my iPad Pro. How is it? That's awesome.
Charge!
That's very cool. On iPad Pro.
Yes. Get ready. Attack!
Crowbar, how did you decide which cultures appear in which era? I was particularly surprised to see the Turks in the contemporary era. We have, we had some historians, or we have, I don't know if all of them are still here. I know we definitely have one on the team still, but we've had a couple working through it and kind of letting us know sort of which cultures would fit, and looking at some that traditionally appear in games and some that don't often appear in these kind of games. I think it was a balancing act, definitely. I wasn't part of that process, obviously, but it's something that a lot of the community are pretty passionate about.
Onward to victory.
I think I should actually go ahead and say. Is it? I think it's under gameplay.
It's
Just
so
to
nice.
speed the battles up a little.
It's nice that you can speed the battles up like mid-game.
Yeah, not like before in Legend where it was
We had to restart.
a game
Yeah,
setting and you had to restart every time. Yeah.
yeah.
To arms.
Yes, no drops on this stream. We're letting the streamers take priority on that. The other day, actually, we tweeted out the Yogscast, including the Spiffing Brit, were playing on their channel, and they were dropping both the Lewis and the Spiffing Brit avatars. So it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. And I know that the Spiffing Brit doesn't stream on his own channel, so usually when his drops, it'll be on the Yogscast channel because they create content together there, at least on live streams.
Yes. Onward to victory.
Boom.
This battle is hurting.
Have at them.
Which culture is brown?
Good question. I don't actually remember. The Byzantines.
Ah,
Yeah, they had more reinforcements here than I thought they had. I had seen only like 2 of these units over here, and then I moved in here because I wanted to attack in this direction to have the high ground, and then they attacked us from up here. Was not in our favor.
What about Frankie Ward? She's an avatar, but her channel isn't listed. She has, I think when she streams this game, she should be activated, but I'll double check on that.
Forward. Understood. Get ready. Attack.
Oh,
As long as we don't lose this battle, it'll be fine. Because next round we can demand peace.
I got
Hopefully
Frankie.
we
from-
can just get all of this.
Yeah, that would be awesome. How are we looking? Oh yeah,
We need this because of the wonder.
very nice. Have we almost wiped Brown out, or?
No, there's no way we're wiping Brown out.
Oh,
simply
yeah.
Because, they're too big
They're too
to be
big.
wiped out in one go.
Yeah. Ooh.
And personally, I'm always tempted to go for this, but of course, in the grand scheme of things, +5 signs on Holy Site is not a super huge bonus.
Right.
The 5 stability on Holy Sites, at least early, can make a good difference, but I don't think we need to
Yeah.
make a decision on that.
Flat Earth. Oh. There we go.
Expected this to happen. But hey, at least that fixed our deficit, I guess.
Yeah.
And now let's see. Wait, which city is this one? Kerma and Jedi Al-Nilam. So let's see. We want Kerma, we want Al-Jedi, and Al-Nilam. Is that?
Yeah, Miguel, right when I said that, I was like,
Oh man,
bad wording.
we still have 117.
Wow.
Well then, let's see which other ones we might be. Right, this one with the Natural Wonder.
Very nice.
And then we only have 37 left, which means... Oh right, and we're forcing them to sign the non-aggression pact. Because I believe
Wow.
it was a non-aggression pact we had asked for. But yeah, you can see also vassalizing would be 350 points, so it would be way more than it.
It was in the
Thank you.
earlier versions of the game, vassalizing was fairly easy, hey?
Yeah, it was always exactly 150, I think,
Right.
which, wasn't exactly appropriate when the other empire was potentially, controlling an entire continent, and you have like, hey, I have this one city, and I have no, it's like Luxembourg vassalizing the USA or something like that.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Now we have a couple of holy sites here that we just so happened to pick up.
Oh.
Why is everybody? We started trading for one resource, and suddenly all of our traders are following their fate.
Yeah. Wow.
But no, it's actually, I think they got a foothold over here, and then it started spreading.
Oh, okay.
I think we may need to just accept that potentially we will be following Hittite shamanism.
Definitely. Question for Rogan and Steph. Do your civilizations have a particular ideological bend, like tradition or progress?
Regrettable?
I mean, I generally lean into progress.
Yeah. Me too.
I mean, I guess for me, it's usually progress, liberty, and definitely leaning more collectivist than individualist.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here, speaking purely personally, world, but in game, that bonus is just so juicy.
It's just too good. Yeah.
Two combat strength, it's too good to not want that.
Yeah. Definitely. Oh no, humankind
man.
hype sounds much better than Hittite shamanism. Rolls off the
Yeah,
tongue easier.
I know, we're trying to pull our religion back from the brink, but I'm not sure we have a chance to. But
Yeah.
look at all the money we're sitting on now after that peace deal.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're losing a lot of influence from being over the city capital.
Ooh.
But we're still positive, so I think it's fine.
Reporting for lookout duty.
Guys, didn't know there was going to be a stream. Any word on modding tools? That is, it's something we're working on, for sure.
In the mythical short term, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. Something we wanted for release, but it wasn't quite there, so. Yeah. It's coming, though. It's coming. Will there be space combat? How crazy would that be? What if the mission to Mars, you go up to Mars, and then the game becomes endless space too?
Let's not try to become Spore.
Yeah. Yeah. TLDR modding tools soon. Yeah, exactly.
You have my attention.
Please.
We can say, hey, you're oppressing my people. And they have a lot of complaints about us oppressing the faithful.
They can, yeah.
Let's maybe not push that just after we came out of a war with them.
Modding tools hype is also a religion I'm down to subscribe to. Nothing's stopping us from playing ES2 after. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's any way we can pull this back, but if you look at this, how? They have so much faith coming there.
Yeah.
105 points for humankind hype, and it's only 8%.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. Oh my god. So they just must be, what are they, spamming holy sites?
They're getting 900 faith. Wait. The religious leader is Zulu. Oh my god.
Oh wow. Wait.
We're so boned.
Is
They're
it
in the industrial era.
Oh my god. Turn 155 halfway through.
Sovereign, how can I help you?
Hey, Zulu. How about? Oh no. No wonder they're condescending.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
You guys will make me change my pretty persona to Emperor Zelavis with that talk. Yeah, that's the goal.
I saw a Reddit post actually where somebody had already made Emperor Zelda.
Really? How was
Yes. It was surprisingly accurate.
it? That's awesome.
Our money situation is okay, so what else do we need? Guess let's at least get theaters everywhere so that even if we've lost our faith, we're not going to just get overwhelmed with culture as well.
One sec.
I get a feeling we need more signs because we seem to be lagging behind in technology.
Oh, the link is broken. Steph, I'm just gonna take control of the mouse for a sec.
Sure.
Sorry, everybody. Sometimes those we use Bitly links, and they don't always work across all of our social platforms. So I'll just grab you the link right here. It's over on Games Together, but I'll toss that in the chat right here. And then one sec, I'm just gonna disable that notification because I don't want to be sending you guys to a link that's not working. Or actually, one sec. I won't disable it completely. That'll just change the link.
Meanwhile, Robert Bison, I can answer. The capacity of aerodromes is exactly the same as your maximum army size. So, most of the time, if you've researched all upgrades, it should be 8 units. But be careful. I would advise stick to 1 unit less than your maximum, because right now there's still a bug where something in the upkeep calculation breaks. If you make the maximum size squadron, and suddenly, you know, those 8 planes cost you like 100k in upkeep. I think we're investigating a fix, but it's not in the latest patch yet.
Chat, were you able to access that link? That was okay? Link works. Okay. Perf. Sorry about that, chat. It's got to be one thing that goes wrong, you know? Just always. Even if things are going good, there you go. We forgive you, even without Twitch drops. Well, thank you. Yeah, we're leaving drops for streamers right now. I'm not saying we won't have drops enabled on our channel ever, but we're not going to do that every single week just because, you know, they're special.
Now let's finish Notre Dame, even if I don't think there's any way we can pull back against the ludicrous amounts of faith we're facing here. Oh no, can't enter here.
Sovereign.
Oh, come on, guys.
How can I
Can
help
we
you?
maybe get crisis?
Maybe
Let's
I was hasty
withdraw
in
these
my
demands
demands.
and then see if we can get some open borders.
For both of our
Not
aspirations.
aggression, though. Are we doing any giveaways today? Yeah, we are. We're giving away this content.
We're giving away our knowledge of how not to win the game, apparently. Given that,
Exactly.
you know, these guys are in the industrial age.
Hey,
Already got 7
Shenrir.
stars, they're almost into contemporary.
Shenrir's in the chat. Shout out. Shout out.
Hey, Shen.
Welcome to the stream.
You know, if you want somebody who probably knows how to play the game way better than we do,
Yeah.
then you should probably check out Shenrir.
Definitely.
Because I don't think he ever got into a situation where he's in the medieval and the AI is about to enter the modern era, the contemporary era, on nation difficulty.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is
Greetings,
embarrassing.
Sovereign.
I can't believe some
Are you with me?
people play on Humankind
Or
and like
against
win.
me?
That's
It is of
crazy to me.
no
It's so
consequence
hard.
now. A proposal for you. A proposal.
We don't have enough outposts as Mongols. Yeah.
Yeah, there weren't exactly a lot of places
Right.
left to make outposts.
Yeah.
We mostly picked the Mongols to try and successfully go to war. At least we got a lot of stars for that. Two
Yeah.
more stars.
One
Can
thing we,
easily get those 2 stars?
One thing we really want to do is kind of take some of the maps that you guys have been creating and do a couple streams featuring some of those. That would be really fun. And especially with the map maker contest, I think we're going to be seeing some pretty cool stuff. So that's definitely a thing that's coming down the line.
No, we let in the merchants from afar,
Uh-oh.
and they brought disease.
Damn it. No drops on the stream, no.
The Zulu have
Oh.
entered the final era.
That is insane.
And
Let's-
they've kept their traditions, so now they're contemporary Zulu. So, oh god, they're
Let's nuke 'em.
Zulu who will be able to bring, airplanes to the fight. I don't think we have necessarily great chances here.
Notre Dame.
Hello, Scumako.
An impressive achievement built at
Welcome.
a time when scientific inquiry and growing faith marched hand in hand.
Transcending Zulu is just flexing at this point.
Yes, the AI is very much flexing on us.
Yeah.
A proposal for your consideration.
Everything seems adequate. Agreed.
Let us have wine.
Just gotta
and song.
bring the Mongol horde to their doorstep.
I have a proposal.
Aren't these guys?
A proposal as fair as a summer's day. We accept.
Oh, that's why they have individual
Let
diplomacy
there be
with us now.
revelry.
They're now at war with Green, so they're trying to fight
Oh.
for their independence.
Oh, wow.
And it's not going well because this used to be a Maya city and it's now occupied. And I think this is the only city they have left. We should spend some influence and try if we can get their maps.
I have a proposal. I am in no mood for games. Meet my demands now.
Hello, hello, Lards.
Must I accept every vulgar proposition that comes my way?
Kato has ascended to be the real narrator.
So, let's grab the Oh, even our culture is being.
Oh, who's coming in? Black is over there? Okay.
Yeah. Admittedly, this is a city we had only recently conquered. So that
Right.
kind of explains it. But you can see here, the Zulu culture is already spreading to this
It's
continent.
starting to creep in a little bit.
To make a reference to a game that our community jokes must not be named, the people on this continent are starting to listen to Zulu music and wear Zulu blue jeans.
Right. Just park a city next to Vesuvius and watch it smoke. Hey.
Right there. Now the question is, which culture do we take now to try and catch up. The
Ooh. All right.
Haudenosaunee have a very good unit actually.
How do you pronounce that? Rodis.
Haudenosaunee, I believe, but I'm not sure. For that, you should probably just search on YouTube for something made by themselves. There's like
Right.
a couple of videos of natives explaining the name and stuff like that, because
Yeah.
they used to be called by a different name in Europe, but that name is generally regarded as not appropriate name. But
Right.
anyway, what I want to say is the unit is actually quite good, because if you check here, the arquebusier is
Yeah.
39 strength, and the musketeer is 46. So their unit,
I think it was
it's
41, right?
it was 41, so it's slightly stronger than the first Empire unit, but you immediately get it. But it's a bit weaker than the musketeer, but
Right.
but it has 6 movement instead of 4, so it's faster. It has stealth, so you can't be seen unless the enemy is next to you. And it does not have move or attack. The musketeers need to
Ooh.
stand still before they shoot. These guys don't. These are great for harassing in battle.
Very nice.
Also,
nice.
very important, they don't need us to have gunpowder resources on our own, presumably because we just import the guns.
Right.
Of
And
course, we
also,
could try for the Dutch for lots of money.
yeah.
The Joseon, not sure how to pronounce that. Sorry, I do not speak Korean. But the Korean dynasty. The ship probably not so relevant for us, but this would help us with our science problems.
Yes.
The Grand Tea House definitely would help us with the influence issues.
Yeah.
The rocket car is really good, but very hard to build. Moogles for crazy industry, if we want crazy industry.
Oh, do we
and
get
also,
elephants?
and also
49!
PSOP elephants.
49. Wow. Very
But look at
very
those
good.
resource requirements. We have no idea if we have
Right.
enough niter to build those.
Yeah, definitely.
The Ottomans are like... This at first is like, yeah, heavy weapons, but what's even heavy weapons? It's like cannons. Yeah, but it's also in the modern era, like machine guns and artillery. So that's actually quite good, especially with the 50% cost. You can have so much artillery bombarding your enemy before you fight.
Right.
And the Janissaries again have the benefit of, they don't have move or fire, so they're more mobile.
Okay.
But they're also more expensive.
Yes.
Spanish, I don't think are a good option for us now. The Edo would definitely help us a bit with being overwhelmed by the enemy culture.
The Naginata samurai is the art is so cool. I just like that. I don't know what that weapon is called, but it's cool.
That weapon would be a Naginata. That's why.
Oh,
it's
that's
a
what it is.
Naginata samurai.
Amazing, amazing. It's so cool.
It's I guess similar to a halberd, I guess.
Very
Pole
cool.
arm weapon, but I'm not an expert in feudal / early modern Japanese warfare. And yeah, the Venetians for lots of money, but I'm not. I guess the Venetians have a nice balance between lots of money and the influence. But personally, I'm leaning most towards let's fix our science issues.
Right. I was gonna say Denosani, just because their unit doesn't have shirts on, and I think we did that with the Goths. Or was it the Goths?
The Celts.
The Celts. The Celts. But no, I think the Hoseon is a good pick.
I saw, when it releases, a lot of people saying, "Oh, +3 science on tile producing science. It's so much worse than the previous one where it was like +4 science on sea tiles."
Yeah.
Firstly, yes, because the previous one was just way too good. Your science would just explode from having harbors. But secondly, it may be better than you think.
Okay.
Because for one, it also affects the strategic resource tiles, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But more importantly, there is a think it's contemporary era technology that gives you +1 signs on any district. Which,
Oh,
you know,
wow.
stacks with the Chosen, and so suddenly they have like +4 signs on every district.
Amazing. The art team deserves a raise. Actually, that's a good point. I just accepted a meeting today to talk about how we can feature some of the art on social media from our art team. So stay tuned for that. We do want to do like some sort of art dump somewhere, somehow. We don't have all the details figured out yet, but that is something that we're looking at if anybody wants to have a closer look at some of that stuff. Still waiting for more streams with the art team. Hey, you'd like that, Olinra? We can definitely do that. That would be awesome. Anybody else in chat would be down for that?
I owe the pleasure?
I have.
Amplitude does very good artwork. I'll let the team know. I'll let the team know.
Hail, sovereign.
Let's see if we can fix our food issues with some imports.
Art stream would be
Some of
great.
these cities had negative food, but I think now we're all good.
Okay.
Oh wow, these guys, 111 food.
Woo.
They're well fed there.
Yeah. I'd have no complaints. All right. We'll figure it out. Good to know. Good to know. Yeah, we've had a couple of the artists on to talk about. What did we have? Oh, we had Loris on a couple months back now. I wouldn't put it past it being almost a year at this point since he was on. But we talked about some of the changes we did with the old Frank's art that we had in the game. There was a certain point that we reworked it, and so we sort of made a video of how that process worked. That's on our YouTube channel, so you can check it out.
Cartography, algebra, optics, astronomy. It's a time of discovery and exploration. But discoveries are not made solely by traders and adventurers. Those who explore with ships and caravans would go in circles without those who explore with pens and parchment. The Joseon era was certainly famous for its ships. I wonder if their scholars worked with brushes and parchment, however, rather than pens.
It was amazing. Picked a couple hints for myself from that stream. That's awesome. That's really cool to hear. Okay, well, we'll figure it out. An Amplitude channel? Psycho Brew, what's up?
I offer an excellent
A
proposition.
proposal I can sing the praises of.
I love the Joseon dress, Steph. Looks so dope.
I think this one and I think the Bing one, we actually are ones we reworked after feedback from one of the open devs.
Oh, okay.
Because initially we only had one Asian style, but
Right.
then players from the respective countries pointed out that actually no, look, here are some references for what the style actually looked like in those times.
Yeah. Now that Humankind is out, will more people be working on Endless Dungeon? We actually have dedicated teams. So we will still be working on Humankind. We do have a live team, and actually earlier on in this stream we had Balthazar, one of the devs, come on to talk about what we're doing to patch this game. But we're also concurrently working on Endless Dungeon. So it's not like now the game is done, everybody floods over to the other side. So yeah, progress is still going on Endless Dungeon. How long will the stream go for? About 20 more minutes, I think. What is everyone's favorite costume for avatars? Do you have an answer to that, Steph?
That's a tough question, especially since there are so many different costumes to remember.
Yeah, there are a lot. I've played the early games so many times that I kind of like, I know those ones pretty well. Like I really like the Carthaginian sort of like armor. It looks, I think that one looks really, really cool. But just seeing the Joseon one here, I don't think I've seen this one. It looks really, really cool.
I mean, I admit I'm a bit of a bit inclined towards some of the fancy dresses the female avatar gets with some of the industrial era European cultures, like, you know, the Austro-Hungarians, the French, etc. But that's just because, you know, I'm a sucker for a nice fancy dress.
Hey, I think I am too. The industrial uniforms look quite sharp. Chat, do you guys have an answer to that question? Do you have any favorites?
Colinra has a solid argument there. It doesn't matter. Nothing will beat Victor Hugo dressed as an Olmec leader.
Right. Very good point. I like the Celts. Yeah. Very cool. For my
This one
gameplay.
counts as the research quarter, doesn't it? So if we put a sail one here, that should boost that one.
I like the Hittite dress myself. That one is cool. Yeah.
I think there's a minor graphical glitch. There's a stupa here that it's not showing properly.
Oh, really?
It shows up in the yields, but the model
It didn't
load.
show up. Yeah.
But I don't think we have enough time left in the stream for us to go all like, oh yeah, no, let's reload this now.
No, it'll be okay. Will there be some updates to the UI? It's really hard to see which province is which on the normal map. I think in general, we just, again, had Balthazar on. He was talking a little bit about this. This is some of these things that come up are going to be ongoing. And so we'll kind of deal with them as they come through. But I think accessibility in general is something that we want to sort of keep working on. Joseon is beautiful. I also like the music for the Joseon.
So we put a research quad there.
It's a very relaxing game, TBH. I think all the music is exceptional. Thanks. That's Arnaud Roy, who worked on that, along with, obviously, several other amazing musicians. But yeah, he's also known as Fly By No, who does a lot of the music for our other games. All the music for our other games. Is Humankind full release or early access? Full on release. It's out there.
It's actually been out there for quite a while.
Yeah.
Been a little over a week, right?
I guess so. Crazy.
Wait, we may be able to claim another wonder.
It is on Spotify, yes. Sorry about that, Texas. I'm just sort of looking through and reading them, not in any particular order. So if you want to send your question through again, I can check it out.
Should we grab St. Basil's for one final attempt at resurrecting humankind hype?
Let's do it.
Or
One last ditch effort.
The other options are the food sharing, more money on calm cities, or more production towards shared projects, which could be good if we manage to get into the contemporary era before the Zulu end the game.
What do you guys think, chat? 66 feet. Were you guys panicking on release day? We were excited, nervous, a lot of the emotions.
Yeah. Panic, maybe not. That's a very strong word.
Right,
But
yeah,
we
no,
were
I don't think we
definitely,
were
like,
panicked.
we had a lot on our mind.
Yeah. Kill Shaka first. Restore the hype. Hashtag restore the hype. I love it. Let's try and restore the hype.
Don't know where to build that. But let's claim St. Basil's Cathedral before somebody else does. And then find a good spot to build it.
Yeah. What are the build requirements for it? Does it have to be on a specific tile?
No, it doesn't have
Okay.
any specific placement requirement, I think.
Plus one faith per
Only
district.
once in the world, of course, but other than that.
Right.
Oh no, wait, we're actually already exploiting that. Because they put the Angkor Wat here. Just wondering if there's, somewhere where we can snatch some mine tiles, like over here. Maybe? Wait, why is there a farmer's quarter in the middle of the map? Oh, because there's another graphics glitch here.
Oh.
Oh, also, I've been meaning to do this for ages.
Oh, very nice.
But I had forgotten, we had been Mongols, so we couldn't do it. It would be nice to be able to snatch anywhere that we get some sense, because yeah, you can see here, for example, the tile itself has 2 signs, but we get +3 from our trait.
Right.
So,
Steph, this is a question from YouTube. I don't know if you've answered this already, but is there a way to cancel the purchase of luxury or strategic resources from Nation A to Nation B?
no, there's no way to cancel a specific one. You can cancel all of them by downgrading your trade agreement,
Right.
as far as I recall.
Ready all, row.
No nice spot for sail one around here, is there? Doesn't look like it.
Eldgrim, we do plan to publish a roadmap soon, but soon, not yet. Not just yet. How can you tell the ideology of a nation? Or is it just that you can't?
I
Speak.
don't think you can see the specific ideologies. You can
Yeah.
just see how far or close they are from you. And I think for some civics, for some very important ones, like I think for slaves, for example, it shows you if somebody has chosen one of these, because some of these civics can cause grievances.
Yeah.
So, will this independent people be an ally or an enemy? A barrier or a blessing? Their future may not be in their hands.
But not, yes, exactly, but not like
I offer an
where
excellent-
you're different.
Everything.
Just shows you sort of on that slider how similar you are.
Let's invest in some resources that should improve our overall income, so we can invest in more resources.
Any plans to add more cultures in the future? Nothing is confirmed yet on that
I
front.
can live with this. Accepted.
Would be cool though. Who would you want to see? That's a question for the whole chat. And bonus question, which era would they fit into?
Even if it's not yours, any human-built wonder is an impressive feat of design and construction. Makes me wish I'd done it.
Are mod tools coming out soon? Yes, soon. We're still giving them a little bit more love. Inca, early modern, Bantul.
Oh, right, Bantu. They're from East Africa, right?
Is that right? I'm
Like,
not familiar.
you know, asking chat because I don't know.
Yeah. Um, Scots in the medieval or industrial. Good either way. Okay. All right. All right.
You know, I'm thinking actually maybe we'll build St. Basil's over here, yeah, on top of the cliff with the river. Like all of these
Oh, yeah.
stones with a little bit of food and the.
Looks cool. You always have to place, for me, I always have to place my wonders on a place that looks cool. Same with like the holy sites. Somewhere that looks serene or
Exactly.
epic.
The for the holy sites and the wonders, where does it look best is the most important question.
Yeah, exactly.
This is why it told us that they actually build a lot of research quarters down here.
Oh, wow.
Instead of up here where they would get the bonus for this. Which, I guess fair enough, but in that case, maybe worthwhile to put it in somewhere here so we can just make a giant cluster of them. Oh.
What difficulty setting is equivalent to the tutorial game you get the first time? Do you know the answer to that, Steph?
No, I actually don't.
It's feeling super easy. I would guess it's on a bit of an
It's
easier
a pretty
mode.
low one, but I don't know which one.
Lowest one, Sublustrous says. I love
Yeah, I
this.
wasn't sure if it's like the very lowest one or the second lowest one, but it is.
Yeah.
There.
Just
But hey,
to show you
look
the
at
ropes.
this. This is nice for attaching here because we got a natural wonder here,
Oh,
and now we just found Lake Baikal, so another natural wonder over here.
very nice.
Also, there's 2 unknown resources, which will be extremely useful later on. So let's just claim this territory here.
So as we near the end of the stream, I wanted to let you all know this is something that Stephanie already knows, but next week, I think actually in like 9 days or something, I'm moving back across the pond to Canada. So I will not be in France, but I will still be working for Amplitude. I might not be on streams as often in the coming weeks, just because, you know, moving over to a new country. I am Canadian, so that's fine there. So, yeah. So just wanted to let you know that, chat. In the next couple of weeks, you might not
With
see
5
me on
research
as much.
projects
I think
dedicated
on
to science,
Thursday
you have
next
unlocked
week
seafaring.
is my last
To safely
stream
travel
from the studio.
dangerous, hungry oceans. You can cause trouble anywhere you want now, and have a better chance of getting away with it.
narrator.
Yep, fittingly, the narrator was talking about, you know, being able to move across the sea and cause trouble.
Yeah, definitely. But yes, that I just wanted to let you know, chat, just in case, you know, you see a new background or maybe you don't see me on the streams for the next little while. It's not because I'm gone permanently or anything like that. I'll still be around. But yes, I'm moving over, and I'm so glad that I get to stay on with Amplitude, because been here for 2 years now, Steph. Isn't that crazy?
It is one. But if you think, you've been here for 2 years, but that means I've been here for more than 2 years
Yeah.
already. Where did the time go? It feels like I only arrived yesterday.
Yes.
Though, admittedly, I think a lot of the it feels like yesterday is because I've spent the last 18 months almost never leaving my room.
Definitely.
Because
That's got to be.
lockdown.
It's funny how like both slow and fast time can go by in this situation. So, anyway, my poutine level is critically low. Yes, I had to be like, Amplitude, I have to go back to Canada. I need my fill of gravy and cheese and French fries. So, yes. Heading on back, just in time for winter. Thank you for the well wishes, everybody. Sounds gravy. It must be fried. Winter, you mean short season? Yeah, exactly. Beach weather.
I guess Canada is to the Americas what Scandinavia is to Europe, where people are like, oh, look, it's minus 20 degrees below Celsius. The
Yeah.
Canadians are doing up the top button of their shirt.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Safe travels. Thank you. Thank you very much. You can, Steph, I might just take control of the mouse really quick.
Sure.
I guess this is a bit of a shameless plug, but if you want to keep up with what I'm doing, still Amplitude stuff, but that's my Twitter account. You can follow me there, and yeah, go from there. Anyway, you can take it over, Steph. Yeah, I'm gonna miss the stream room, even though I haven't been coming here as much, obviously, with the pandemic and all, but. The USA wouldn't know if minus 20 is warm or cold. You guys get like up north, very cold, south, very warm. Appreciate it, Oscar. What are your favorite 4X games of all time? What's your favorite 4X game of all time, Steph?
Well, if it's of all time, it is. Well, I guess it's a bit of a tie between Alpha Centauri and Civ 4. Civ 4 mostly because of how super moddable it was, and Alpha Centauri was kind of, how should I say, it was what Endless Legend was, but you know, way before Endless Legend in how it was a 4X game with a kind of a story to it.
Yeah.
And it had a lot of, like playing it today, you're looking at it and like, oh my god, some of this interface is horrible. And some of the design choices as well are like things where you think, no, this could have been done way better. But the character in that game is still very much unmatched by most other games, I think.
Right, definitely. Honestly, when I started at Amplitude, I didn't have a lot of experience with 4X games. I've played most of the ones that I've played in these past 2 years. And I've played the most of Humankind, which is really funny. So I've grown to like love this game, be very frustrated with the game in the early days because I was like, everything is work in progress. But we had a lot of really good times playing Endless Legend on stream as well. So that's I'm a little bit biased, I guess. I appreciate the kind words, Ty Corner. I'm still working at Amplitude. I'm still here, and I'm still going to appear on streams. Just like the next couple of weeks might be a little bit iffy. I think the coming Thursday I'll be on the stream, but after that might be a couple of weeks. We'll see. moving, you know?
Yeah, might take some time to get things set up.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, maybe we can manage to set it up so that I can stream
Yeah,
from here.
yeah,
Because luckily my PC now should be powerful enough to do that. Unlike
Yeah.
when we started the remote streaming, and I was on the potato.
definitely. I think that'll be the end of the stream. It's already 8. Are you
Which
trying
is
to?
good because I'm entirely uncertain what to do next to catch up to. Before we end the stream, let's just take a quick look. And we can't even see the stars anymore because they're in the contemporary. At least not
Right.
here. We should be able to see them.
Oh,
They
yeah,
already
3.
got 3 stars in the contemporary.
All right.
And hey, at least we're not dead last anymore.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
We're
Fourth
ahead
place.
of 2. We are ahead of 2 other players, one of whom is dead.
Awesome. All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We'll, again, be back next week. We hope you enjoyed this stream. Again, if you missed the starting bit that Balthazar was on, talking about some of the things we're working on to try and patch, we talked to him for about 40 minutes, just over half an hour. This stream will be a VOD over on YouTube and right here on Twitch if you're watching. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for joining. We'll see you next week. Have a great weekend. See you later.